Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Man, it has been a crazy week, guys. So it's now Sunday, tomorrow's Memorial Day, so Peter and I, well actually pretty much me and my whole family have, we've had a long weekend. Peter also has Fridays off, so we have had the last 4 days together, which has been really nice. I mentioned in my last video that there was this crazy thing that happened in our family, and I wanted to sit down and tell you guys. You guys already know by the title, but someone in our family got the coronavirus, and it was a crazy experience. No one saw it coming. Back up to last Monday, we did a birthday parade for my sister-in-law's dad. He has stage 4 cancer, so no one in the family has been able to go hang out with him during this time. We're just trying to, make sure everyone stays safe and healthy. So my sister-in-law Samantha put together a huge car parade, and it was so, the turnout was amazing. There was so many cars. The parade probably lasted a good 5 minutes with just cars constantly driving by. And then after everyone left, pretty much like the Halsey brothers plus the wives and my parents, we stayed around, we stuck around, we got out of our cars and waved hi from kind of a distance, but we were all standing together. And we went over to my parents' house for dinner that night, and we had a normal time, And then Tuesday came, it was normal. Wednesday came, it was the afternoon, and Peter texted me and said, David has coronavirus. And I was just like, what? I thought he was joking. So then I was like, wait, are you joking or are you being serious? And I tried calling him, he wasn't answering. So I was like, okay, I don't know if he's being serious. So I FaceTimed my sister-in-law and I was like, is this real? She's like, yeah, man, it's real. That was insane. And as many of you know, if you watched my previous videos, Peter was already tested for the coronavirus a long time ago. So we already went through the whole quarantine thing. So it's the second I heard that, I was like, my boss is gonna be so annoyed with me. So I called my boss, I told her, she's like, okay, you need to go get tested. And so Peter and I both went to get tested. That was the most miserable thing. I was so scared to do it anyways because everyone talks about how terrible it is. So this doctor's office we went to, honestly, they're a joke. So I mentioned to you guys about the antibody testing, which came back negative, by the way, I forgot to mention. But we had to go back to that same place because they were the only place in town that would test you without a doctor's referral and without having symptoms. So we had to go back there. And we called, and the lady came out, gave us our paperwork, we filled it out, gave it back. We had to stay in our cars the whole time. And then this other nurse came out to take our vitals, and she tested us for strep throat first, which was weird, but whatever. Peter and I were in the car together, and she was like, okay, I was sitting in the passenger seat, and she's like, okay, ma'am, your turn. I was just like, do you want me to crawl across the car? She's like, yeah, if you wouldn't mind. I was just like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Can you? She's like, you're right. Let me just come around. I'm like, what? Why would you want me to crawl across the entire car? I was just like, okay, whatever. We got tested. The doctor came out. We knew the doctor, which was nice. I was able to talk to her a little bit. And the test, for those of you who don't know, I'm sure everyone knows by now, but it's this giant swab, this big, and probably this much of it goes up your nose. It's this tiny, tiny, tiny little Q-tip kind of thing that goes up. And the going up part honestly was not that bad. It was the coming out where I wanted to just give up on life. When she pulled it out, I got this weird twinge in my shoulder, and my shoulder hurt for the rest of the day. I don't know why. And then right afterwards, my hands were all shaky, and I felt like I was gonna pass out. It was the worst feeling ever. But that subsided. The next day when I woke up, I was fine. I didn't feel anything. And then my mom also had to get tested because both my mom and my dad were around David on Monday for the parade. So pretty much everyone in our family got tested. So we all had to stay quarantined because no one knew if we had the coronavirus. So David, he's my brother-in-law, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that. He is asymptomatic, so he's not showing any symptoms. So that's why we were all extremely shocked. Like, what do you mean he has the coronavirus? He's not even sick. Even to this day, he still doesn't have any symptoms. Anyone could have it, because if you're not showing symptoms, how do you know you have it? This is just me speaking ignorantly because I don't really know. Like, even if you don't have symptoms, like, is it doing something to your body on the inside or what? I don't know. But in my mind, I'm thinking if one person doesn't have symptoms and they give it to someone else and they're also asymptomatic, why does it matter if the whole world gets it if no one has symptoms? Or if you're asymptomatic, can you give it to someone and then they do develop symptoms? There's a lot of stuff I don't know, but it's all like, what's going on? We got our results back yesterday. This doctor's office, every interaction I have with them, I'm like, what? My father-in-law got tested a couple hours after Peter and I did. And he called us and was like, hey, I got my results. Have you guys gotten yours? And we're like, no. So we called. The first time Peter called, they put him on hold and forgot that they put him on hold, and he was on hold for probably 10 minutes. So he hung up and called back and he's like, hey, you guys put me on hold and no one like picked up the phone. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then she was like, well, your results are in, but we can't tell you. And Peter's like, what do you mean? They're like, well, the doctor, no doctor has been able to review them. So unfortunately, we can't tell you until a doctor has time to review them. And Peter's like, okay, well, when is that going to be? They're like, honestly, you know, there's only one doctor in today and he's covering for 2 different facilities. So you're not going to hear back probably until Monday. And yesterday was Saturday. So I was still laying in bed when he called. So I like jumped out of bed and I ran to the phone. I was like, excuse me, ma'am. You guys wrote us a doctor's note only excusing us for 3 days because you guaranteed us that the results will be back in 3 days. You either need to get the doctor to sit down and look at 2 test results or write us another doctor's note. And she's like, well, unfortunately, the best we can do at this time is write you a doctor's note. We hung up the phone. We just went about our quarantine day. And then not even 10 minutes later, the same nurse, or I think it was a front desk girl or whatever, called back and was like, you guys are both negative. I was just like, why did she say that? Like, they keep saying these things that they don't actually know. Like, oh, we'll have the results on Saturday. And then Saturday comes like, we won't have them till Monday. Actually, just kidding, we do have them. Like, what? Like, get everyone on the same page at least, you know? Or at least say like there's a possibility we could call you today, but just know it could be as late as Monday. You know what I mean? The whole family is corona-free except for my brother-in-law. Someone told me if you are asymptomatic, you can't transfer the coronavirus to anyone else. So I don't know if that's true. I don't know. It's just this big thing. But anyways, my mom's doctor is making her quarantine for 2 weeks after the time she came in contact with David, which would be until next Monday. The place we went to said that we didn't have to quarantine. So I'm figuring that out with my boss and like seeing what she wants to do. But yeah, that was the crazy thing that was going on. Wednesday was just insane because we found out probably around like 11 a.m. So I was like getting dressed, ready to go get groceries. And then that happened. So then I had to call like my boss. I had to call my mom. I had to call my dad. I kept trying to get in contact with Peter, but he was talking to his boss and it was like this huge thing. And then we went to get tested. We were waiting there for forever. And then it was just like an exhausting day. Me and my dad's birthday is this Thursday, the 28th. So I'm so glad that things are starting to open up again. It was getting like so sad. And people kept saying that we were gonna be in quarantine till 2021. I was just like, how? How does that make any sense? What? Today, my main goal that I really wanna get done is this closet in Peter's office. So let me show you. So right now I'm in Peter's office, okay? And he reorganized it. And there's still, like, we need to get more stuff in here. It's a mess right now, so excuse the mess. What our plan is, we want to get another desk like this to go along that side to make kind of an L shape so that he has more desk space. And then we're gonna get rid of that cart because honestly it just is holding his whiskey, which he can put on his desk, and a bunch of junk that we don't really need. And then we have all of this stuff that we just don't have anywhere to put. And then we have this closet. This used to be organized. It got kind of messy when I did our kitchen renovation because I just kept throwing stuff in here. But what my goal is, I want to get all of this organized. I need to take a lot of stuff to Goodwill. And then this is all, that shelf and all of these are Peter's diabetes supplies. And I want to try to get them to fit all in this little drawer thing. And then I'm going to try to get a lot of this stuff and any of that stuff in these shelves here. And then I just need to organize, like I can fit way more stuff up there. So honestly, that's my only goal for today to get done because I ordered something for Peter. I'm really excited for him to see it. He already knows, so it's not like a surprise. But I told him like, I don't want to get that and then just throw it up in front of all of this like messy stuff, you know? So I really want to get that organized today. It's probably going to take me all day. I already have a huge load in my car that I need to take to Goodwill, but only one Goodwill is accepting donations right now. I am going to get started on this. Peter, I think he just got back. He was helping our neighbor with something. Hi. Hi.
It's hot, baby.
It was raining for like 5 minutes.
I know, that's the worst. I was like, oh great, it's gonna start dumping, and it just didn't.
I'm going to get started on this closet. I'm really dreading doing it, but I know it's gonna be so nice when it's done. And that thing I ordered for Peter, I think is gonna be here within the next couple of days. And I don't really wanna have to worry about it. So my first step is to get everything out of the closet, everything, so that it's completely empty. And then as I'm taking stuff out, I'll do like a Goodwill pile and a trash pile, and then all of his diabetes stuff we'll be able to put in these 3 bins. And I have another one of these things left over from when I did the kitchen, so I can use this for his stuff as well. I think we should be able to get it done today. Here we go. Okay guys, I don't want to waste my whole battery showing you guys me taking this stuff out, but you get the gist of it. We're taking stuff out. We still have a lot left. So I put Peter in charge of his diabetes supplies, so we're taking this stuff out to the living room, and then I'm going to take care of the rest of this. So that's our plan. Cleaning with Peter is like cleaning, I don't know, with the, excuse me, Peter, hello.
Come on, man. Look at this.
It's like cleaning with a little kid. He finds one thing and then gets so distracted. I literally gave him one job, excuse me. And that was to put all of this stuff away. And then he was going through one of his boxes and found a telescope that attaches to your camera phone. So he was playing with that for like 45 minutes, and then now he found his old color changing light bulb, so now he's got that going. And I'm just like, boy. So I've got the closet pretty much empty now. I cleared out that whole side there, and then all of this, pretty much everything's empty. And then I organized everything, so that big pile over there is going to Goodwill. This stuff I need to put back, and then those games need to go back. And I moved a lot of stuff to the garage. I wanted to wait to redo this room until we cleaned out the garage because there's a lot of stuff that was in here that we just needed to put in the garage. We just had no room. So now that that's done, we're finally good to go. And I think we decided we're gonna go make a trip to IKEA once it opens. And we're just gonna finish his office because I'm tired of, we have to clean out this room at like once a month because it's kind of like the storage room because there's so much empty space So I'm like, if we just finish your office, then we can't use it as a storage space. We just need to have everything that we keep, it needs to have a spot. If it doesn't have a spot, we don't need it. Holy cow, guys. Look at all of this trash. We've got these 2 huge bags of trash that we cleared. And then this is his office. So we cleared out all of the stuff that was around here. And I know it doesn't look like it, but we did clean this up a little bit and got rid of a lot of trash. And he has a little bit of stuff on his desk still. And then this is the closet. So I moved a lot of stuff that was on the floor over here up there. I just organized it, and then I moved all of his books here, and we have our little liquor shelf, which I was like, we might as well just do something cute with it. And then this has all of Peter's diabetes supplies in it. And then my waxing stuff, these 2 lamps I still have no idea what I'm doing with, but I cannot get rid of them. And then I have all of our board games and some more stuff. And then this stuff here, I'm not going to keep here. I just need to figure out, like this, I need to build something with this. I need to figure out where to put this. And it's just like stuff that I have a huge bin of like decorations in the garage. I just didn't want to bury it, like get it right now. So once I take care of this stuff, then we will have this whole black thing that's empty and all of these shelves that will be empty. So it's looking pretty good for Peter. I'm really excited. Like I mentioned earlier, once IKEA opens, we're gonna go there and get him another desk so that he can have more storage. And then we're gonna be done. Do you want more like stuff on the walls or?
Girl, come on, yes.
Well, the thing that I bought him is a backdrop that you'll probably put on this wall, huh?
When we film videos.
Yeah. So that'll be nice. I got him a backdrop to set up for when him and Jay film videos. I noticed that Peter's low-key a hoarder. He had stuff, like he had receipts that he saved from when we went to Europe. I was like, what do you need these receipts for? He's like, for the memories. I'm like, the memories of us spending thousands of dollars in Europe? No, thank you. So I need to keep an eye on this guy, and I think I'm gonna add cleaning the office to my list once a week.
Thanks.
But that also means you have to keep it clean.
Let's go.
Thank you. Moth season, Colorado 2020. It's behind the TV. Are you okay? Come on!
Where is it?
It's under the couch! Dude, who trained you how to kill moths? Moth season has been so bad this year. I don't know if this happens like in all, okay, Peter. I don't know if this happens in like all of the states, but in Colorado every year around this time, actually not around this time, I feel like it's a lot earlier than normal. We get this Miller moth migration, and there's like thousands of moths. I have a fear of moths because when I was younger, I think I mentioned this in my, like the second video I ever uploaded to YouTube. I had a neighbor and she got taken away in an ambulance because a moth got stuck in her ear. So then I have this irrational fear that a moth is gonna get stuck in my ear, so every time I see a moth, I immediately cover my ears. I have this theory that they just come out of thin air, because I swear we'll be watching TV and out of nowhere, just like in the middle of our view space, a moth shows up. I'm like, where did that come from? If you live in Colorado, you feel my pain. I hate moth season. There gets to be a certain point where it's so bad that birds will be like flying in between cars at stoplights trying to eat all of the moths. It's like a freaking movie. It's insane. This year, I feel like it's extra bad. I already mentioned that, but when we're driving at nighttime, it's like a rain shower of moths. And I'm not even being dramatic. My windshield looks terrible because of how many miles I fly into my window while I'm driving. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you need a moth killer, Peter's a professional.
I'm not helping anyone.
Well, really, you didn't help us either because this moth is still under our couch. So I hope you guys have a good week. Hopefully we'll be doing something fun for me and my dad's birthday on Thursday. Whatever we do, it'll be good because we're going to be with my parents. Don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I will see you guys when I see ya.